Terry Lynn, Traveling Artista. I do like my sanded pastel surfaces, but sometimes I want them to have a little more sparkle and glow. Here's an easy way to do it. Here I am taking some surfaces, two kinds of paper. I have been using UArt 4 to 600 paper and Luxe Archival is my second paper. And because they come in a very light cream color, I've been wanting to add a little more tone to the paper. These are my two products I've started with. This is Golden High Flow Acrylic. This is the Burnt Sienna. And some Liquitex iridescent or golden iridescent acrylic paint, which works very well. I've put them in a nice little ceramic dish, mixed them with some water. You see I haven't mixed it totally, but that's okay. I am using a bristle brush, a silicone spatula that I started using with pottery, but works very well when you are framing and doing other things that you want very flat, and paper towels. I have my glove on because acrylics can get crazy. So I've mixed this up, I'm ready to go. Pull over a piece of paper. I have on foam core, I have taped it down on all four sides, going over about 1/4 inch onto the paper to hold it flat. I put it on black foam core because I often go outside and I don't want the white to overwhelm my eyes and wash out my sight. But I will add a little bit of white paper to the side so that if I am photographing or videoing, that will help the color balance, the white color balance on my camera. So just this all I do. Take it out, pick up some of the paint, mix it around somewhat. I like it to be a little, sorry about that, irregular. I don't want a perfectly flat color surface. This will add some interest. I just lightly brush it on. I like the iridescence, it kind of shines through from the back. If you use a dark UArt paper, you will see that that has a nice little iridescence to it. And that helps to refract the light as it passes through the pigment and creates more light from underneath. So getting down some of this, just enough to kind of cover. You can leave it with rough brush strokes if you want, make those interesting. Or if you want a rather flatter surface, you can take your silicone tool and just kind of squeegee it around the surface. Flattens out the color, gives it a nice professional look, and it doesn't take away the tooth of the paper. At this point, I have an excess of the paint, so I'm just going to kind of pick that up very quickly. I tend to prepare a few of these at a time. I make myself a little assembly line, and then I will just set this aside and let it dry. And then I'll have a nice painting surface. Let me show you one that I finished a little bit ago. I left it a little more rough, a little more irregular on this surface, so it'll add some interest when I go to paint on this surface. That's it. Simple, clean up carefully. Make sure you're not getting it on any other your tools, and acrylic, once it dries, it will stay there. So you don't want to keep it that way. Oh, look, I have a little extra board over here. This is a Richardson hardboard panel that I have sealed, and I did a painting on it, didn't like it, so I washed it out. But this color is rather gray, rather dull. So what I'm going to do is add a little more of my nice warm burnt sienna onto the surface of this. And that should, just add a little more interest to the painting surface. Voilà. Comme ça. Très simple. Really easy, really simple. Spread it around a little bit. You can see some texture from underneath because I had originally prepared this board with a fine pumice gel. So some of those brush strokes are still showing in from underneath. Try to get it out to the edge. Get a little rough spot there. There. I'll let that dry, and that'll be a more interesting surface. You can see that it's wet right now, so the light is shining on it. When that dries, it won't be shiny like that. It'll have that soft luminescence. All right, play around, try some different things, and you have a great day. Well, here are the Luxe Archival and some UArt papers, some very smooth and some a little more textured. So go ahead and play, try them out. It will glow underneath like this painting. Please remember to subscribe and to go to my website and sign up for my newsletter.